So, hello everyone. So, today we are going to discuss about mathematics. So, mathematics actually makes our life and many things we do in our life uh, very easy in many ways. So, we will discuss like what is the relevance of studying this topic. Why do we study mathematics? How is it useful for our life? So we will see from some of the topics which we learn in mathematics and how they are useful for our daily life. So for example, here you can see this is a very famous building. This is called as Burj Khalifa in Dubai. So if there is a question that if someone wants to find out what is the height of this building, so how one can find out the height of this building? Like if So maybe one of the options can be like if one wants to find out the height, he can just like two friends can go. One of the friends can go to the top of the building with a measuring tape, and from there, from the top of building, he can throw the measuring tape down, and then like the other person below, somehow it may be possible that he may be able to catch hold of the other end of the measuring tape, and then they may measure. But there are so many problems because the building is very high, more than 800 meters high, so the measuring tape may be flowing with wind, and and he may not be able to reach also to the topmost point. So there are so many practical problems when we go to find out the height of this building by a normal, like layman's way. So what can be more intelligent way to find the height of this building? So that we can learn in mathematics. So what there is one branch of mathematics called as trigonometry. So there we learn all these things, how we can actually find the height of this building very easily. So in trigonometry, we learn how we can find the height of this building without actually climbing this building. We can just standing on ground only, we can find out the height of this building. So how we can do? We will just have a quick look. We will not go into the details of finding the height, but we will just have a approach. We will understand how it happens. So how it happens? Like uh, like a person may be standing here. Let us say uh, some some distance away from the building. The person is standing. One who wants to find out the height. So he is standing here at some distance from the building. So what he will do if like if he has knowledge of mathematics and if he knows how to find out, like there is an instrument called as inclinoscope, or so by that we can actually measure this angle of elevation. It is called as angle of elevation. What is the angle of elevation of this uh, building? That he can actually find out by using a simple device. This is not a complicated device, a very simple device, like we use protector for measuring angles. So this is a similar device which he will use to find out what is this angle. And once he can find out this angle, then there is a in trigonometry we understand there is a concept called as uh, uh, angles angle ratios of angles. So we understand tan theta is equals to perpendicular upon base. Okay, so here we will consider this perpendicular as this, the height of building is can be taken as perpendicular. There will be some errors because the height of boy will also be included, but that we will avoid here. So perpendicular we can take as the height of building, and base is what is base? Base is actually nothing but this, the distance on ground, the how much distance the boy is standing from the building, that is the base. So that we can easily measure, because this is the distance on ground only, so one can easily measure this distance by measuring tape, like at how much distance one is standing from building. So this can easily measure. So base can be easily found out. This angle we have found out using this simple device. And then by using this formula, we can easily find out P, perpendicular. That is the height of building. So without actually climbing building, just standing a few meters from the building and measuring this simple distance, we can actually tell what is the height of building to very great accuracy. So this is one of the important uses of trigonometry, how it can be used in our practical daily life. So this is one of the applications of mathematics, that how it makes many things easy. So similarly, this trigonometry can also be used for many other applications, like for example, one more we will discuss one more example. Let us say if a person has to find out what is the width of a river. Let us say this is a river. This is a river flowing, and these are, let us say, it's two banks, and the river is flowing. So how to find the width of river at a particular place? Let us say it at this place we want to find out the width of river, a point and b point. So if a person wants to find out what is the width of this river, how can one find out? So an ordinary way can be that one can try to like one can have one stone or a rope tied to a stone, and one can throw the stone to this other part, and his friend may catch the stone, and then they may find the length of the string, and then they can actually measure the string. But there can be some difficulties also. The river may be very wide, so the stone may not reach the other end, or there can be so many problems in this, like throwing a stone and this, so difficult also. But like by using trigonometry, we can do this problem also very easily. So how we can do, like let us say we can, like someone can bring here one stool, one not very big, what but one stool, if like we can arrange here. So one can climb on this uh, little heighted some platform, and then a person can walk here. So this height of stool we can easily calculate how much height it is. So we will see how by just by calculating this height of this stool, we can actually measure the width of this river. So how one can do? One will climb here, and using the like our device for measuring angles, one will measure this angles. Which angle? This is called as angle of depression. This is called as angle of depression, and this is actually same as this angle of elevation. These both are actually same angles because they are alternate angles, so they both are equal. So this angle can be found out E. So then we can say tan E is equals to how much we discussed earlier also, perpendicular upon base. So here perpendicular is what? Perpendicular is the height of this person where he is standing, the stand plus this person's height. So this we can find out easily, this height, the height of this person and this stand. This one can easily find out because this is very small also, and this is on one side of river only. One do not have to cross the river. And base is what? Base is actually the width of river. So we can find out this also easily, we can find out this also easily. So base we can then easily find out. One is only one quantity is remaining, that we can easily find out. The width of river we can easily find out just by standing here without throwing any stone, without using any rope, without anyone has to even cross the river. So this is actually one another practical benefit of trigonometry. So that there are many other portions of not only trigonometry, but in mathematics there are many other sections also that deal with all these practical problems and how they can be easily solved using mathematics, how they can be dealt with in a very easy way using mathematics. So for example, another thing we see, like we see the chapter of one progressions, like arithmetic progressions, sequence series. So all the chapters practically they have relevance in our daily life also. So we will discuss some, like for example progressions we will discuss. progressions we discuss like sequence series. In this only we discuss APGP like that sequence. Okay. Sequence series, APGP, with all these things we discuss in this part. Arithmetic progressions, geometric progressions, and harmonic progressions. All these things we discuss. So, for example, if someone has to find out the sum of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If someone has to find out the sum of these numbers, let us say 50 numbers. So this can be like one of the practical problems in daily life, where at some place one needs to find out this sum, that how much is this sum. So if one doesn't know this knowledge of these progressions, and also how one will do, one will just keep on adding this. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 4 is 8, and then so on. So it may take some time because it is 50 numbers, so it will take actually 5-10 minutes at least, or even more, to calculate this. So, but if one has knowledge of this chapter of mathematics, progressions and sequence, then one knows that actually this is nothing but the sum of first natural numbers. So this is very easily one can find out. So this is sum of natural numbers is we have this very simple formula, sum of natural numbers, sum of n natural numbers. So this is actually simply n plus 1 upon 2. And what is n? N is the number of, like, till where we want to find the sum. So here we have to find from 1 to 50. So n is equals to 50. So if you will apply formula here, it will be 50 into 50 plus 1 upon 2. So this will be, this will cancel, this will be 25, and 25 into 51. So 25 into 51, if we do, so this will be 1275. Okay. So this sum of these numbers 1 to 50 will be 1275. We have directly found out just by using a small formula. We have found out the value of this uh, uh, our problem. So this is how it helps to easily do the problems in daily life. So there can be many more applications also of progression, sequence. So like this, and there are other chapters also. For example, uh, area and volume also, or probability also, or permutations and combinations. Let us say these are the numbers, these are some of the numbers, like Indian government, like companies, they issue mobile numbers to people, like mobile numbers are generally 10 digit in India. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 uh, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10. Let us say these are 10 digit numbers. So if, like, let us say the first digit and second digit is fixed, 9 and 8, and if government wants to see, if a telephone company wants to see that how much this, like some special numbers are there, let us say 108 is a special number for Hindus, or 786 is special for Muslims, consider them special. So these numbers are more in demand. So let us say this is one number, 108. So if a company wants to see that how many such numbers are available, in which the first two numbers will be 98 and the last three numbers will be 108. So how many such numbers are possible? So how to find? This is a practical problem. So how we can find? Like by knowledge of permutations and combination we can find. So how many places are there remaining? 1 2 3 4 5, and for these 5 places we can have any number. Like first place, we can have any number from 0 to 9. So total numbers are 10. So here also 10 options, here also 10 options, 10 options, 10 options. So total number, total numbers, how much will be? Will be simply 10 into 10 into 10 into 10 into 10, 5 times. Total numbers, total such numbers will be 10 into 10 into 10 into 10 into 10. So this will be 1 lakh. So total 1 lakh numbers are there which can have 98 at first position and 108 at last position. So this we have found out by using the principles we learn in the chapter known as permutations and combinations. So these are some of the practical utilities and practical benefits which we have in mathematics, and there are many much more, like designing buildings and finding the calculations. So in every field of life, actually, this is used mathematical knowledge. So if one is very good at this subject, if one is very good at understanding the concepts, and one can make many things very easy, and one can use it very constructively. So thank you very much uh, for understanding. So we will end here. Thank you very much for hearing.